This is it, the final episode of How About That Cigar. Thank you so much to our sponsors. Thank you so much to our listeners. We appreciate you guys for all the years of support. Now here is the final episode, number 312.
Corona Cigar Company is your one-stop shop for all your cigar needs. Whether that's a brand new humidor, a box of those new cigars you've been waiting for, a top-of-the-line cutter or lighter, a place to enjoy the finest cigars and spirits with friends, or the only cigars grown right here in the Sunshine State, we've got you covered. Come visit one of our retail locations for the ultimate cigar experience. Visit us online at coronacigar.com.
That cigar.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 312 of How About That Cigar Live. We have a fantastic group here at Red's Workspace in Minneapolis. We want to thank all you guys for showing up in the snow on this, kind of what turned out to be kind of a shitty Monday night, but we're all here. We're all warm, enjoying fine cigars.
I got one question.
Let's do it.
Whose balls is hot? Yeah, buddy. If it's cold outside, the balls got to be warm.
Just you.
Yeah, they are.
Are they?
Yeah, they want.
We should have gotten the ball cam.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're here in the traveling Corona Cigar Studios at Red's Workspace in Minneapolis. Red, thank you so much for letting us crash the party here this evening. And it's nobody's watching Monday Night Football, right? What is it? Philly and Chargers?
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about that.
Well, Red's made a couple bucks with all the guest fees we got here. So.
My bearings are off because our fantastic producer Justin is usually on my left and
in the woods.
Justin's on my right tonight. So Justin, welcome. Glad to have you here as always, brother.
What's that saying? What's that saying? He's right now, but he's wrong, but he's always right, or some shit like that.
I don't know. Justin's always right.
There's always next time, Raul.
No, there's not.
We'll get it. We'll fix it on the next show.
Yeah.
On the next show.
We'll get it right.
This is it. This is the last ride. Go ahead.
One?
Go ahead.
I don't know if you guys know, but my camera's off too. I'm not used to it being right there.
Oh. No, that's not your camera. That's your camera.
See, that's usually the white one. What'd you say? You want balls on your nose? Not yet. There could be some tears tonight.
There might be tears. I don't know.
Especially when I drop my hot balls on your chin.
Oh my gosh. It's the last show. All the bridges are just like
I'm fucking burning bridges.
The glow.
Why am I burning bridges? So no one can follow me. So in the crowd, we got a bunch of assholes that are just taking mad shots. I don't know if you guys can hear, but this mad shot's coming mostly at me because no one likes giving Matt a shot because he's such a nice guy.
I'm not a nice guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're a pretty nice guy.
Yeah.
So, but I'll take him. Bring him on, fuckers.
So I don't know. We can talk about the shit we normally talk about, I guess.
Talk about hot balls and hot whiskey.
Hot balls. The Vikings won a game.
Well, they played Little Sisters of the Poor. Fuck's sake.
They shut out the Commanders, right? Yeah. They shut out the Commanders. The Jets.
They almost won.
They did almost win.
They almost won.
It was what was it, 30-7?
No, it was closer.
Oh, it was closer. I'm sorry, I didn't.
It was like 30-10.
I was just having a heart attack during the Packers-Bears game. Literally, my wife was like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, "This game is stressing me out." Well, it was down to the wire.
If it wasn't for fucking Nail Polish Boy fucking up that last thing.
Nail Polish Boy.
Fuck.
Oh my God.
Way to choke when the fucking lights are on you.
Well,
but I think you give that kid another year, he'll own the North.
Caleb Williams is an outstanding.
Some of those fucking passes he fucking rifled in there, he's found the right coach. He's going to be good.
We'll see.
Hopefully JJ follows the same path after looking like shit.
Yeah, we'll see. And fortunately, the Wild continue to get better. So the Wild are improving. Yep. I absolutely am in love with, in a sports sense, our new goalie. And so they're improving. They're getting better. The Wolves are just straight up meh. The Wolves are like,
well, if the Wolves were in the East, they'd be in first place. Didn't somebody say that?
they would. They probably would be in first place if they were in the East.
Yeah.
We gotta play in the Western Conference because that's where all the good teams are. So yeah, sports wise, there's nothing else to say.
Nope.
Spirit of Mystery.
Spirit of Mystery.
All right, it is time for this week's Spirit of Mystery, brought to us by our friends at Postania Cigars. Do you find yourself unsatisfied with the top 10 list from How About That Cigar? Are you wondering how cigars from Postania didn't make the HBTC list but found their way onto other lists? Well, fortunately, you can be reminded every week with this Postania Cigars advertisement. Postania Cigars, the #1 unranked cigar in the industry.
And can I say,
You can.
if we were having a top cigars of 2025, their new Warbear would definitely be on it.
Yeah, that new
Warbear is phenomenal.
Yeah. The what is that? A double perfecto? It's good.
Omar, what is that? A double perfecto 60 gauge? The new Warbear? Yeah. And you're the only one in the state that has them, right? Yeah.
Only
Go visit Omar.
Only place in the state of Minnesota.
Yeah.
Ramsey Smoke Shop, baby. All right. So then it's different glass. So I'm getting there's so much volume in this glass that the aromas are kind of overwhelming, but it's good.
It's a little smaller portion because you have to drive home in a blizzard.
Yeah, I got to drive.
So
home
I had
in
to
the
be
snow,
nice.
So I don't want to. All right. So it smells
like Famunda?
A little bit, not in a bad way.
That's what happens when you
in a
hot
boozy
balls.
way.
You get
Here we
a little
go.
Famunda every once in a while.
Okay, I like it a lot. I'm gonna say somewhere between 99 and 104 for the proof, somewhere in that neighborhood. It doesn't taste high proof. It's got good legs, good texture. Flavor it's got a little something interesting, but mostly it's just your classic bourbon, stuff. But there's something interesting there that I can't quite put my brain on right now, but I'll figure something out.
It'll come to you.
Yeah. So we'll reveal it later, as always.
So when you paused there for a second and you said it's in between, I was gonna say my butthole and my balls. It's called a taint.
It's called taint whiskey.
Taint whiskey. You can use that name if you want.
It ain't bourbon. It ain't rye. It's somewhere in between. So tonight's, we're just gonna kind of talk, and we're gonna have, a couple people, if they're willing to, come up and say hi on the show. But
no one that smokes Tuscanis. That's you.
Yeah. You never know. But credit to our fantastic sponsors, as always. Even though it's the last show, we're going to give them their due all the way to the end. So main segment on How About That Cigar, brought to us by Drew Estates, and the Nica Rustica shade is the third Nica Rustica expression, joining the original broadleaf and the Adobe. Nica Rustica shade spotlights an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper, Mexican binder leaf, and a balanced blend of Nicaraguan, American, and Dominican fillers. Available in a 4.5 by 50 short Robusto, 6 by 50 Toro, and a 5 by 66 Gordo, which we all know is your favorite size. Nica Rustica shade available now. For more information, please visit drewestate.com.
And I don't know if I said it before, but that's a fucking solid cigar.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I thought it's one of my favorite.
I didn't care for the Adobe,
no,
but I like the shade better, definitely. And the original, I mean, it's good, but you make sure you're in a well ventilated area. The Nica Rustica, the original, smokes like a tire fire in a good way.
In a good way.
In a good way. So what do you talk about on your last show?
Anything we want,
anything we want. I do have a couple things, but
all right. Red, you weren't here, but we said thanks for having us down here. Make sure all these fuckers pay their guest fee. All right.
Well,
so my membership goes down a little bit.
Before we talk about, oh, there it is. before we talk about, kind of our subject of the evening, I have
I think we should talk about anal beads.
some special cigars for my
No?
fantastic Raul and Justin partners in crime here. I'll grab one for myself as well. And these cigars have a little bit of age on them. And so these are actually a pre-release that for a brand that is pretty well known, of a cigar name that's pretty well known. And they're a pre-release that I don't know exactly when they were rolled. I know they were first shipped to Germany in December of 2015, or maybe November of 2015. And that
I
is
think I'm gonna clean my pants.
the Wonderlust pre-release from Roma Craft. So that's so
You just got my O face. Oh,
I got the Wonderlust pre-release
awesome. Thank you, brother.
to smoke on the show tonight. I was rifling through my humidor. I'm like, what on earth is like, special and rare, and
So, thank you very much
So-
for this.
yeah.
But before I put one of our sponsor cigars, Corona's, fucking what is it?
FSG,
Florida Sun-Grown.
Florida Sun-Grown.
Florida Sun-Grown. And Matt's smoking something from Drew Estate, and so is Justy. But I have to put that down and smoke that later because I am going to smoke the shit out of this. Wonderlust is one of my favorite cigars, period. We used to be able to get them from Germany, but now with the embargo and shit,
And
we can't get them.
It's interesting because when the pre-releases came out, I heard a bunch of stuff from people all over the cigar community about how great the pre-releases were and all this. I didn't get my hands on any of the pre-releases at the time. I went when they were finally available to purchase to have shipped to the States. I bought some from Delay over there in
Sweden?
I don't remember the name of the town he's in Germany, and then maybe, I don't know, probably 7-ish years ago, I saw somebody had some of these pre-releases for sale up on a Facebook group, and I jumped on it immediately. So this will actually be my first time ever even trying the pre-release Wonderlust.
We're all trying it for the first time together.
So
I wish you guys could have them, but fuck you.
if I had enough, I'd pass them all out, but
They all got a free cigar on the way in anyway, because that's the kind of guys we are.
I want to, when we get these fired up, one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight was, the artwork for the show. Typically it's a picture of whoever we're going to interview, and sometimes I'll just put text up there. And the text I put on the artwork for the show tonight was just our motto: burn cigars, not bridges. And you say any motto enough, it can sometimes kind of start to sound cliche or tired, or maybe lose some of its meaning. Yeah, that doesn't suck. Holy cow, that does not suck at all.
You keep talking. I'm gonna sit right here and enjoy myself.
And I kind of wanted to, talk about that whole thing: burn cigars, not bridges. What it really means. Why it was kind of in my head when in the earliest days of How About That Cigar, even before that, honestly. And why it kind of became the motto and the slogan for How About That Cigar, and that kind of thing. So, and I kind of want to, when we've heard that phrase so many times, and I want to talk to you guys first about it. And Justin, yep, I'm starting with you. I want to know, like, when you hear that phrase, what does it bring to mind? What is it?
what does it make you think about? What does it make you, you know, whether it's the cigar community or just kind of where does it take your brain when you hear that phrase?
For me personally, burning cigars, not bridges. I mean, it's like kind of with the cigar community in general. You leave all the bullshit at the door when you walk in, and just about the cigar and like not where you come from, not what you do, just the tobacco and that moment when you're actually sitting across from everybody else and hanging out. And that's for me, you know, it's more than just how about that cigar. It's kind of like everything you do in life besides just cigars, right? You don't want to burn bridges anywhere. So it's kind of one of those things I've followed even before how about that cigar. But you know, it's kind of solidified itself and showed me I was on the right path when I jumped in with Matt a couple years ago, and it's just kind of laid its presence as we've gone down this road together, and all the good times we've had, and overall, and keeping a positive light, you know, even when there's darkness in the times ahead of us, that we've always came through in the end.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Right on. Raul, what about you? So, you know, when you think about it, when you hear it, you know, what's it bring to mind?
It makes me want to be nice to people.
Okay.
And
all right.
Representing the show the last couple of years, I've have to be nice to people. Right. So, and now it's just going into the regular life, not just the cigar community. When I'm at work is when I really need it. But just trying to be nice to people and understand that person right now might be having a rough day. I don't know what they're going through. So try to be nice to them and don't torch that bridge. Because one day I might be having a bad day and they might be able to help me out and pick me up.
Yeah.
You know, so and then dealing with people in the industry too, just trying to be nice and dealing with them. And even though, you know, some of them are full of shit, but you never know when you can use them or they can be helpful to you, or you can be helpful to them and change their attitude, change what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's a great motto. It should actually be used more than just cigars. I that's one of the things I've taken away from the show is just trying to not burn bridges. But sometimes I do have a blowtorch in my hand.
Well, that's kind of why I wanted to jump in on this particular subject, because and I also have to, before we kind of go, I gotta give a shout out to Mike and Mike from Cigar Hustler, because after our show last week where we had guys on from other cigar media, we had Eric from Cigar Dojo and Fred from Cigar Press and Coop from Cigar Coop and McTavish from Developing Palates. I shit you know, because I listen to Cigar Hustler, or I watch it when I'm able, and they've been expanding and doing like more episodes where they used to do like once a week, and now they're doing more episodes. They talked about our media show almost for the entire week, for at least a few minutes on just about every show that I've been able to listen to. And they were they have some feelings about what was said on the show. And because we didn't name names, you know, we talked a little bit about, we're not, you know, so close with this brand or with that media company or whatever. And they want us to name names.
Of course they do.
And they want us to,
Mike.
and they also, I think, based on what they said multiple times, I think they were, it seemed to me that they were not happy with the fact that we didn't mention their podcast. And it was totally, I didn't mention really, I don't think we mentioned many other media outside of who we were talking to on the show.
Half Wheel.
Yeah, we mentioned Half Wheel. We mentioned Cigar Aficionado. But somebody's texting me or calling me. Somebody's
Mike.
Oh, yeah, that might be Mike. But but the fact is, if anybody who's watched or listened to How About That Cigar for any length of time knows that I've talked about Cigar Hustlers podcast
dozens of times on this show about how much I enjoy what they do and I love their show and they make me laugh. And I think it's I have always thought it's one of the best shows out there.
And they're doing something nobody else is doing.
They are.
Because with their platform and them not having needing sponsors,
yeah,
they could say what they want and
exactly.
not worry about any repercussions.
Exactly.
I love their show and I love Mike and Mike, both of them. I think they're awesome dudes. And when I started thinking about doing my own podcast, I reached out to them. And Mike was honest with me. He's like, dude, don't get any sponsorships with your mouth. Don't get any sponsorship because then you can say what you want. You don't have anybody worry about any repercussions. And your personality, it'd be best for you not to get any sponsors. And he said a few other things about the industry, and I lived at that. But
yeah,
he's always been honest. He's always been truthful with us, and I really appreciate his friendship.
Yeah, those guys are tops in our book. So,
but I have a question.
Just wanted to clear that up.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Do you think that we maybe subconsciously stayed away from bringing their podcast up because Coop was on the show? And you know how they kind of don't meshy?
I don't think so. I mean, is it possible that subconsciously? Yeah, it's possible. I don't think so, but I honestly think it just didn't pop into my head at the time because we didn't sit there at any time during that show and like list off the cigar media that we really like or the cigar media that we really don't like. We just kind of talked generally about a few different, ones out there. And honestly, it just didn't even, for whatever reason, it just wasn't in my head.
And in my defense, and I think Justin's defense too, is we were just taken back with all the knowledge that was getting put out. If you want to start your own podcast about cigars, watch that episode and they give you all kinds of great fucking pointers.
Yeah,
some of the questions you asked them were fucking perfect for somebody that wants to start a podcast in the future. Watch that and take notes.
Would you agree? And that's why I wanted to have those guys on specifically because all of them have either been doing cigar media for a long time or been in the cigar industry for a long time and now are in cigar media. And I think all of them do a great job. But there are a lot of others that I didn't mention that weren't on the show that I also think do a great job. And there are some that I don't think do such a great job. And I'll burn that bridge
next week.
Next
week's episode.
We'll burn all the bridges on next week's show. But
yeah,
so
I love what they're doing. Cigar Hustler podcast.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
what they're doing, and I love their attitude.
Yeah. So the whole burn cigars not bridges thing. When even if outside of the world of cigars, we hear the phrase, "Oh, don't burn bridges, don't burn those bridges," and I do think there are circumstances in life where burning bridges is valid and necessary.
Yep.
I do think that. In a way where I think those are the extremely rare cases. Now, I think the less rare cases for me are just because the bridge is there doesn't mean you have to walk over it. If you don't want what's on the other side of that bridge, you can stay. You don't have to go over there. Just stay where you're at. And, the whole physician heal thyself, take care of yourself first. The oxygen mask falls. They tell you, put your own oxygen mask on first before you help others. And you don't have to cross. If there's something toxic or, just divisive or whatever it is on the other side of that bridge, you don't have to go over there. You don't have
there's
to.
nothing saying that you can't come back. Go try it out and come right back.
Yeah. And we all go through these journeys, and I don't want to get off. Well, I kind of do want to get all philosophical, but we go through these journeys in life, and, we go through so many different things and we meet so many different people, and, you're going to cross over a bridge. You're going to walk over a bridge, and you're going to experience some shit on the other side of some bridges that you're like, nope, nope. This is not for me. I'm out. I'm not doing this. And you just go back over again. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have to
stay on that side of the bridge.
You don't have to stay on that side of the bridge. And
when you're walking back, you can lay some fuel down.
Slowly pour gasoline behind you as you walk and
accidentally drop your cigar when you get to the other
side. But it's it's just about keeping, we talked about pragmatism with some of the guys on last week's show, and pragmatism is just trying to see things from as many different angles as possible. And it's not easy to do. It's really not easy to do. But, the whole thing about burning cigars and not bridges is just like Justin said. We travel, we go to different cigar lounges, or it could be our hometown lounge. It could be Reds. It could be Tobacco Grove. And
could be Ramsey Smoke
Shop. Hey, and we're gonna see people that we haven't had a chance to talk to before. And even a lot of you guys that are in here. I mean, we've met and talked multiple times, but I don't know everything about everybody in this room. And getting to know people and know their stories and stuff that's happened to you in your life, and things you've gone through or things you've learned from, or family situations. I could end up having a conversation with one of you guys eventually down the road that I'm going to learn. We'll learn something about each other that's maybe something we went through in life that was similar, or maybe a triumph in life that was similar, or maybe we have the same taste in food or music or whatever it might be. And those are the conversations over cigars and in a room full of people enjoying cigars that I've loved for so many years is getting to know people's likes and dislikes, and even getting into the deeper conversations, the conversations that can sometimes get uncomfortable. Sometimes you're going to get into politics. Sometimes you're going to get into religion. Sometimes you're going to get into, deep philosophical discussions that go way beyond the weather and the sports.
Yeah.
And I think it's great to get involved in those conversations. And just like the whole bridges thing, if you get involved in one of those conversations and it starts becoming contentious, guess what? Go back to talking about the cigars. What's the cigar? Let's start talking about the cigars again. Let's start what maybe the whiskey or the rum or the beer or the food or
the shoes,
anything
else,
and ease yourself away from the contentious conversations. But you can still say, hey, we dipped our toes in the water. We tried to have some of those tougher moments, tougher conversations. And man, we're just all going to learn a lot more from each other doing that. I've learned so much from Justin. I've learned so much from Raul. I've learned so much from every guest we've had on the show. So much from people in the comments, asking questions that I never thought to ask, or what happened?
The screen went black for a second.
Oh, well.
Do you guys get that too?
They're delayed.
All right. Well, I'm talking about burning bridges and burning cigars and not bridges.
I think so.
Because I want to burn the bridge.
Oh, all right.
I just want to thank you guys that showed up tonight and all the other people that were invited that didn't show up. I won't forget. You can blame it on the weather. You can blame it whatever you want, but I won't forget. Because this was kind of like our 300th anniversary or episode. It's special.
Yeah.
I'd like
real quick. Trenda says to everybody, let's get off the internet.
because this is something special for Matt and Justin. I think you guys done 300 episodes, 200 episodes, and I wanted to have more people here to send you guys off in a
I appreciate
in a
that.
wonderful way. But the
I
weather
think
had
we've
something
got
to
a
do
great,
with it.
we've got a great group of people.
Most of these guys are Reds members, but I really appreciate you guys showing up.
Oh,
I really
100%.
do.
Yeah, super grateful.
It didn't really burn the bridge; it just scorched it a little bit.
And I also want to, I specifically asked somebody to come tonight. And Andrew, I'm gonna embarrass you and ask you to come up here. So if you guys were in the earliest days of How About That Cigar, if you were reading the website and seeing some of the early episodes, you're going to recognize this guy. He's been on a few times. He's got some content published out on howaboutthatcigar.com. And Andrew Tolsman is somebody that I've known since
He was in diapers.
Not quite.
not quite, but
Pretty close.
the early and pull that microphone a little closer to yourself. I've known you since late 90s
ish.
Yeah, early 2000s, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
You were in I want to say middle school, something like. Oh, thank you, Justin.
Yeah, something like that.
Middle school, something like that. And playing music at church. And then we lost touch, and years later, all of a sudden, and you know the story better than I do, how you found out somehow from some mutual friend of ours. It's like, oh, let's call Matt Ty and see if he wants to have a cigar. And you're like, Matt Ty smokes cigars or something. Do you remember how that all came?
Well, I would always get invited to these poker games
Yeah.
at your house, and I was away in college and could never make it. And then I got out of college and didn't have any time or money because I had this girlfriend who's now my wife, whatever. And I got an invite. I don't know. We were just talking about this earlier. 2016, 2017.
Somewhere in there.
And we were playing poker at your old house in the basement. And that was the night you were like, hey, I'm going to tell you guys this kind of core group of friends you play poker with. I don't even know if Raul was there.
Nope.
No, we didn't meet until
Later.
2020.
Yeah. So you said
Keeps my balls warm, cold.
you announced after the poker game that you had this idea for Cigar Media Company.
Oh yeah.
And you said, I already got the name. It's How About That Cigar?
Yeah.
And it was then like after, we were kind of wrapping up, I said, hey, I was doing a lot of travel for work and on a plane every other week. And fortunate enough to have time after work, wherever I was in the world, that I could go and find a lounge and smoke. And I said, hey, would you want to see like a write-up on a lounge? Like, I'll do a write-up if you're doing media. Like, it's a chance to just go beyond Minnesota. And you were like, sure. And afterwards you were like, I didn't know if you could write or not, but I did something, and then you were like, yeah, give me more.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of them on there. And then I gave you one that never ended up on there, and I still don't know why.
Yeah, that was basically just me dropping the ball.
Oh,
so full disclosure, it was just.
Oh, well, I mean, you could posthumously post
posthumous. I could. I'd have to see if I can find it.
So that's what started.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
when you said he's going to be on a show, I'm like, well, why? And I knew it would be a friendship, but I didn't know that he did articles in the.
Yeah, he did articles. So we. Early on,
I was just wondering why.
Early with How About That Cigar, there were all these different things that I had made like a wish list. Like, I want to do stuff about this, and this. And one was like, want to do cigar reviews, want to do cigar news. I wanted to do this special, different kind of cigar review called the flashback review. I wanted to do something called Cigar Destinations. That was if you're traveling somewhere, you want to know the cool cigar shop to go to in that city. And Andrew said, I travel a lot. I go to a lot of cigar shops. I'd be happy to. And we started going down that road, and it was great. And I just I dropped the ball. So brother, that's on me.
It's okay.
And I never picked the ball up again, which I should have. And you've been on the show a couple times. You did one of the whiskey pairing shows. Because at the time when Garrett was on the show, he's not a drinker. And I was like, oh, we're doing something with whiskey pairing. Would you be on the show?
Yeah.
And you did that.
You did it once for me too.
Yeah.
There's been a few episodes.
Yeah. And it's just been, and then, you had a career change where you weren't traveling, really so much anymore. And, circumstances, I just got away from the Cigar Destinations thing. And, and I part of it is I wanted to kind of remind people who've been watching and listening to How About That Cigar since the very beginning, and give people who've kind of only been with us for the last couple years, say, hey, Andrew's been here really since the beginning. And, I wanted to have you, part of this because I consider you like a founding part of the team.
No.
Even if you're, if you haven't been on the team the whole time, you did play a role in the early days of How About That Cigar. And it was a great role that I didn't foster properly.
That's all right.
No, it's true. It's true. And you really do good work. And you also found yourself in a position to work for some premium cigar companies and spend some time at trade shows and things like that.
We'll always have Las Vegas.
We'll always have Las Vegas. And we had some absolutely fantastic times and funny stories and, crazy things that went down. And, but it's, although I think that it's possible that season has passed in your life, you really do have a knack for the world of premium cigars from the standpoint of, because I've seen you at those trade shows interacting with people, and you do have a knack for that. And if you ever find yourself back on that path again, I will continue to applaud you, because I think you're really good at it. And if you find yourself back there, I'll be on the sidelines cheering you on.
I appreciate that. The time spent was very educational. Made some mistakes, as we all do, and learned a lot. And looking back at the times that I spent, I mean, Raul, you as well. I don't really regret it. I mean, like you said, the trade shows. I mean, that's it's like type 2 fun. Man, It sucks at the end of the day. You want nothing more to just lay down in your bed, but then you got to go to an industry meal or some sort of party or whatever. But you push through and you look back at those times. It's like, holy cow, we had some of the best times. We really did.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't trade that for anything. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
And for those of you who don't know him, he's a great people person, and he's great at sales. And he's one of those guys that comes in a room and kind of captivates it. In his own way, he kind of sneaks in. Some of us use sledgehammers. He's more of a scalpel, and he gets in there, and I've seen him work. I've seen him at shops. We went to a few shops together, and he just works the room perfectly. He's a very good salesman.
I don't know about that. I just like people. I mean, I hate people.
Yeah, I hate people, but I like conversation. Yeah.
But I like people, and it's enjoyable. And like you were saying with the Bridges thing, like, people, that's the industry. It's the people and making those connections. I mean, there's still people that I keep in touch with, and been to Dominican visiting factories because I have relationships with people. And, you never want to lose that. And that to me is as far as you can't burn those bridges. It's too important. Relationships are too important. At the end of the day, it's just tobacco rolled up, right? But people are important, and the people that you can meet anywhere, not just in cigars, are this fascinating people out there.
And what is it about because we've had so many talks with so many people in this business, and I don't think I've ever gotten your take about this particular idea, and I'm curious about it. Is there's something about the cigar that makes a conversation easier? or it makes it, it's that activity of this sharing the cigars together and, getting into conversations about family or kids or job or whatever, even into the deeper subjects. What is it about the cigar act itself that you think fosters that?
I don't know if it's limited to just cigars. I think if you have that common bond in something,
Okay.
I look at, I do a lot of motorcycle stuff. And
Yeah.
when I go to the racetrack, if I'm racing and my number one competitor, the guy I'm battling all the time, if I crash, he comes out of the woodwork to help me get my bike back together.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter that we're, battling on track. It's this camaraderie. And it's the same thing in a cigar lounge. And I've said it before on the show. It's like, it doesn't matter where you're from, what you do, who you voted for, what you believe in. You're connected because of this thing right here.
Yeah.
And I think that just it can open doors, and you meet people that you never end up meeting in any other situation. You never end up talking. I mean, some of these guys here, I'd never end up talking to if it wasn't for this. And
Especially Jesus.
But it's the common bond. What it is. And I mean, I have story after story of walking into a cigar shop, anywhere in the world, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People they just want to talk, and they see you as a human being, and you are a human being. And like I said, it doesn't matter where you're from or what language you speak or anything. It's this common bond. And the cigar industry, I think, I think there's a little bit of specialness to it because it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Some of these other things, like I mentioned, motorcycles, but insert anything.
Yeah.
I think cigars, it truly doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, what is attractive to a lot of people. And that's what's kept me in it for so long. I mean, the people that you meet, because you never get to meet them otherwise.
Yeah.
And that's special. That's really cool.
Well, and also the cigar destinations piece, because all the places you've been. So I want to hear from you. You're like, as far as I think just for the sake of anybody listening or watching who is going to have a chance to travel, I want to hear your top favorite cigar lounge destination and unexpected. Like it's in a place where it's like this cigar shop should not be here, and it's so awesome. Even if it's not a place that you wrote for How About That Cigar, but a place that you visited when you were in the sales game selling cigars.
There's so many. The unexpected one, I mean, you can expect a cigar shop in almost any major city now. But I was in Torrance, California, and needed to get some work done to have my laptop. I walk in, it's mid-afternoon. Your standard lounge, right? I got my laptop open, and this guy walks in, hugs the owner, and then goes around to every guy sitting there. There's only a handful of us. Knew most of them by name, and then he got to me and just introduced himself. And before you know it, my laptop was shut, and I sat and talked to this guy for an hour and a half, and just unexpected things like that. I think you can expect a shop pretty much anywhere at this point, which is nice for those of us that enjoy. As far as my favorite, that's really tough.
Yeah.
That's really, really tough. You mentioned maybe not one that I've wrote about, but one that I did write about was in New Hampshire. And that's got to be up there because it's in this building that's super old. I'm into history. I like, the historical aspect of things. And when you can walk into a building that's, 150 years old or whatever it is, you put me on the spot here. I don't remember what it is, but, and then the guy, starts telling you about, you can see the hand hewn marks in the ceiling beams and stuff like that. I really enjoy that sort of a thing. But yeah, I mean, there's so many, it's really hard to pinpoint. Memorable ones would be overseas, London. I ended up talking to the guy that ran the store. He lives in London, but he's from Italy. And we just sat there and talked for an hour and a half in his broken English. And sometimes I'm using Google Translate, and, you remember stuff like that. There's too many.
Yeah,
there really is. There's too many. I think it's kind of one of those things where, if you go on a trip and you have a really great meal, the food may not even be that great, but it's where you're at and it's the experience you're having. I think that factors in as well.
Yeah.
I've had some memorable ones, and I can't can't get into all of them, but I don't think I can have a favorite. There's just too many.
Yeah.
There's too many.
No, I understand that.
And it's because of the people, really.
Yeah.
Mean, most of the time that you take a picture of any cigar lounge, it could be anywhere in the world. They all look pretty similar, right?
Yeah.
But it's the people that you meet, and maybe it's who you're with, or the meal you just had and the experience you're having that evening, or whatever it is, that all factors in. But yeah, the one in London was cool, just because it was late at night. I was the last one to leave, and me and this Italian guy just sat and talked for hours. It was great.
Yeah, some of those conversations are. I mean, we've all. I assume even everybody in this room's been there, where whether you're here at Red's or whether you're at one of the local shops, and you get talking, and next thing you know, it's like, especially if it's one of the shops, you're like, oh shit, they closed an hour ago, and the owner's like, I don't care.
Yeah,
you're fine. Just and those are the great.
Yep.
Where you kind of get where you, like you said, you close the laptop, you put your phone down, maybe you glance at it everyone. If it buzzes, it's like, oh, it's my wife, or whatever. But for the most part, you try to just,
nothing else matters for that hour and a half.
Yeah, you're enjoying a cigar and having a conversation with somebody that in some cases you've never even met until that day. And I love that. And it's it's kind of a lasting thing, even for most. We all know most cigar consumers don't buy or smoke a lot of cigars. Most of the cigars that are sold to people who are, once a month, twice a month,
right?
That kind of thing. And but even those people, run into them at a shop, and they're going to sit and enjoy their one cigar for that month.
Yep.
What a great opportunity, because they're only there once a month.
Yep.
So, and if they're one of those people that likes to talk, because some people, they want to go to the hidden corner of the cigar shop and open up their lap. Maybe they're actually there to work. I respect that.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah.
And some people just want their solitude.
Yep.
That's cool. But the people who are, if you try to throw out an olive branch and try to open up a conversation, if they engage, then it's on.
Yep.
And if they don't engage, it's like, okay, this guy's in his bubble, and it's cool.
Leave him alone.
It's cool.
You mentioned that once a month or whatever. I was at a trade show non-cigar trade show in Las Vegas, and the client, one of the guys I got along with, is from the UK. His name is Peter. I mentioned, hey, I'm probably going to grab a cigar tonight. You want to go over to, what's the place in Caesars? Monte Cristo's. Caesars, yeah. And he goes, yeah. I was like, do you smoke cigars? He goes, once a year.
Okay.
I said, once a year, huh? So why am I special? He goes, well, we're in Vegas, and I'm due for a cigar. And I said, well, do you like them? He goes, yeah, but I beat cancer, and I don't want to take the chance.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's things like that. We sat there and talked about his journey of beating cancer, and I got to enjoy his one cigar with him per year, and I still keep in touch with that guy.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's all about the people. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's all about the people.
Yeah. 100%. So, what are you keeping busy with nowadays? I know now,
Yeah, I moved to, instead of globe trotting, I have kids, being on a plane every week.
You got a dozen now, right?
Yeah, no, just 3. we're done. But not being on an airplane every other week is really nice. So still doing sales, just a local HVAC.
Yeah.
Pretty boring, but it still lets me buy cigars and keep the wife happy. She gets her things, and I get my cigars. And and I'm still home every night for dinner,
that's fantastic.
Which is great. Yep.
Yeah.
So I miss it. I miss being in the industry, just the people that you meet, the brand owners, the reps. I mean, everyone. I mean, you've met so many people, from the owners to the master blenders to, the guys slinging them across the country. They're just, for the most part, really, really cool people that you'd never run into otherwise. And
Would you ever think about getting back into business?
Maybe when the kids are grown up.
Maybe when the kids are grown.
More.
Yeah, I mean, being a rep, it's so much time on the road.
Yeah.
And I was used to, okay, I've got to go do a job somewhere. It's like you jump on an airplane, you're there in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Whereas, cigar reps, you're in your car and it's hours and hours and hours. So just the travel is exhausting. I don't know, honestly, Raul. I don't know. That may be a thing that's just going to stay in the past. As far as working in the industry, I don't know. I don't know. It's a good question, but part of me thinks that I'm probably done, and I'm just going to enjoy being a consumer.
Fair enough, bro.
Yeah.
Just enjoying it for what it is.
Yeah, and it's I'm glad you're still part of the cigar community, and I really hope that one of these days soon, well, maybe in the spring, when we get closer to the end of the NHL season, you and I can get together and watch a Wild game.
I think they're playing right now. Actually,
they are.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're doing okay.
We'll see. We'll make it happen. We always do. Raul, you too, Justin. Man, I haven't even seen you in forever. I didn't get a chance to say hi earlier. But I mean, it's just a good group, and everyone here is, we see these guys around town.
Yeah.
I'll still be around for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm grateful that you were a part of How About That Cigar.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for giving me a shot. This kid that you hadn't seen in 15 years, like, oh, I'll write articles for you. We'll see.
No, it was,
but it worked out.
I was really grateful to, continue to get to know you better, because we sort of knew each other on a surface level in that earlier stage in life.
Yep.
And
it's beyond that now, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And grateful to know you, brother. Grateful to call you a friend and call you a part of How About That Cigar.
Likewise.
So, thank
appreciate
you.
it. Yeah.
Thank
been
you,
doing
brother.
some it's been really fun to watch. I'm just sitting over here kind of smiling because it's like you're in your element, and this is it.
I don't know.
It's kind of weird.
Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting because I didn't, and I still don't plan on, getting hammered tonight because I have to drive home in the snow. But I still took tomorrow off.
Perfect.
Just to unplug and veg and just
take it all in.
Yeah. And I'll probably, I'll find something to keep myself busy,
4 or 5 cigars in the garage.
No, the heater's busted.
Right.
So I'll probably, I don't know. I'll probably do something very boring and mundane, like do dishes or
that only takes a little bit,
something like that. So
go hang out with Raul at the fire station.
I'm off tomorrow.
Oh,
Maybe go to Omar's.
Yeah, maybe go to Omar's actually.
Well, I got to work, so I can't join you boys. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's cool. But it's it's been a wild ride and surreal. I was talking to so many of you guys tonight that it's like, has it hit you yet, or are you going to be emotional? I really am just kind of numb right now. It's like it'll probably hit me, when next Monday night comes up, and I'm like, I'm sure I'm supposed to be doing something right now. I'm like, where's Justin? Where's Raul?
Nah, it's gonna hit you a little bit as soon as Justin clicks end stream.
It might. I don't know.
Oh, you want me to do that now?
I think
No.
I think it'll take a couple weeks to hit him.
I don't know.
I think because he's still got other stuff to do with the show,
Yeah, because I have to do the post production for the audio podcast,
It's
and I
gonna
have
take
to.
a couple weeks.
I have to, and you have to go to all these subscribers, and I have to shut down StreamYard. I have to shut down I have to archive the website, and so it's still there, but it's in a different sort of format. And then I have to archive the audio podcast, so it's still there, but because instead of paying like $600 a year to host the audio podcast, I can archive it and pay like $30 a year. So it's still out there.
That was a question I heard the other week with Matthew Tobacco.
Yeah,
they were talking about that. You didn't know, so that's kind of where it's headed.
I've done some, and I actually got shout out to Ed Sullivan from Cigar Authority. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. So Ed Sullivan from Cigar Authority, who I don't think he and I have ever spoken. And he's one of the guys on the show at Cigar Authority. And we've had Dave Garofalo from Cigar Authority on our show a few times. I don't know. I didn't even know Ed knew who I was. And all of a sudden I get this email the next day after I was on. Actually, it might have been the same night when I was on Matt Tobacco's show. Mm-hmm.
And Ed said, "Oh, here's the stuff you need to know about archiving." And I was like, "Thank you so much." And that's another example in the cigar community, a guy that I don't think I've ever actually spoken with,
Right.
but he happened to know who I was, and he happened to hear me on somebody's podcast saying, "I have no idea how to do this," and he sent me an email saying, "Here's how you do it."
What a guy.
Awesome.
So that was great. So yeah, there's bunch of stuff that has to get shut down over the next few weeks because you don't want that auto bill to kick in for 2026 when it's like, no, I could really use that $600 because I got to pay my taxes and all that. It's like, so
life is tough.
Yeah. So I've got all this stuff on my calendar for the next 3 weeks. That's all like, go on this site and shut this down and then set up the archive here and shut down this subscription and all this, just so there's not, a couple $1,000 rolling out the door that I don't have because there's no sponsorship dollars for next year. So yeah. And, paying back the IRS and all that stuff. It's like, yay.
Yeah.
Yay. But
yeah, maybe Raul's right. It takes a couple weeks then.
Yeah.
We'll check in on you in 2 weeks.
Yeah. I may need a welfare check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say, hey, because I got invites, a couple different people who do podcasts saying, do you want to come on our show later in December, early January or whatever? And I said, I appreciate it, but I'm going to go dark for a while after How About That Cigar shuts down. I'll still be around. You'll still see me at, shops on occasion and stuff like that. But,
well, Raul asked me if I'd ever come back. Is that a possibility, a year from now, if Matthew Tobacco says, hey, we're checking in with Matt, from How About That Cigar, would you do something like that where you're on?
Oh yeah. Podcasts? Yeah. It's just going to be just for a couple months.
Okay.
I just want to kind of go dark,
unplug
and not be in the cigar media world.
Right.
I'm always going to be a member of the cigar community.
Well, that's a given, I think. My question was more like, someone says, hey, you want to come on in February?
I'm gonna need you at a guest panel or something.
Yeah, February I'll probably be pushing it. I don't think I think anything before March is not going to happen for me. I just need to unplug for a while, from media stuff.
Well, anyone that have you on, they'd be lucky to have you.
Oh man, I appreciate that.
You bet. Well, thanks for all you do, man.
Oh, cheers to you, brother.
It's been a lot of fun. I left my drink over there, but it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun seeing how. I mean, if you go back, how many episodes were in your shed?
I don't know, a dozen, maybe more.
And then just the evolution.
Yeah. And then the corner of the garage with just the plain sheetrock background and the shitty webcam that was all like distorted picture. And then the slightly better webcam, but still shitty with the little like 18-inch by 3-foot vinyl. How About That Cigar that it was like, it cost me $60 and I had to save up for that $60 to pay for it. And yeah, just progressions gradually over time.
Well, I know when you and I were texting a few weeks ago, I think I said, would you ever have imagined everything that you've been able to do because of this? All the people, I mean,
oh God,
I remember when you interviewed Carlito Fuente, like how big of a deal that was. And it's like, did you ever imagine you'd ever get to do anything close to what you've accomplished? I mean, it's pretty crazy.
It's still surreal, honestly. It is. And to look at, that first episode with one of those little, audio recorders about this size, digital audio recorder sitting on a crappy little table in the middle of a garden shed, talking into it, to interviewing some of the biggest names in the industry. It's surreal and humbling, and I'm grateful for every second of it. Yeah.
It's been fun. It's been really fun to watch.
It's been a great ride. Yeah. I'm grateful you were a part of it. I'm grateful to know you, brother.
Yeah. Likewise.
Yeah.
Likewise.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Nah, don't
Andrew
clap.
Tolzman. Oh, we're clapping. Screw that. We're clapping for you, buddy. There's the big applause.
So, from an old friend, should we have a new friend?
100%.
Hey, send that fucking general rep over here. Bring your ass. Come here.
Come join us.
Here. Boy, these reps aren't very smart. Come on, grab a cigar and bring your ass. I still haven't got used to your humor, Mike. It might take a while, but
I've learned every swear word I know.
And I have to also give an apology to our viewers. I haven't really, because we normally in the studio we have a big TV that we can see the StreamYard comments on really big, and just with my laptop screen here, I really haven't been able to pay very close attention to the comments tonight. But I want to say thank you to everybody who's in the comments and saying hello and well wishes and all that stuff this evening. That really means a lot. So thank you guys.
Some up
So-
this rodeo, bro.
so tell everybody who you are. This is one of our new friends.
I am.
Oh yeah, pop on those headphones and talk into that there
So
microphone.
he was he came up to Minnesota to do his job. He's a rep for CAO and
CLE.
CLE, excuse
Yeah,
me,
that's right.
and General, right?
No, CLE and Asylum.
Silent.
Heroa.
Thank you.
Heroa.
And he's seen my post today, and I'm going to go to Reds and join those guys. And he watches on a regular basis too.
Fantastic.
So
Do.
Well,
Keep
talk
the
to our
company, on the
talk to
road.
our wonderful viewers and listeners. Who you are, what you do, and how long you've been doing it.
I'm the new rep for CLE, Asylum, Heroa Cigars. I've been with them now, I guess, 6 months.
Okay.
Previous experience, though, I was with Corona Cigar Company in Orlando for about 8 years.
Okay. On the retail side.
Yep.
Okay.
General manager of the Sand Lake location, the headquarters there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Sorry. What's your name?
Joey.
Joey.
Yep.
Who?
Thanks for being on.
Joey.
Joey's got
Hey,
leather
don't.
pants on.
And so previously the Sand Lake location, general manager, retail manager.
Yeah, the general manager of
General
that,
manager
of that store.
of that store,
location.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what, like, down your professional, road that you've taken since, getting into the working world, what led you to work in premium cigars?
So it's an interesting question and then probably more interesting answer. I actually moved to Orlando, Florida to be a professional golfer. So I played golf for
Okay.
10 years as a pro golfer and then unfortunately blew out both shoulders. And I taught for a bit golf at a private club there in Windermere, Florida. I woke up on a Tuesday with a job. I left on Tuesday without a job. They had been bought out by another company and let everybody go. So I'd been smoking cigars for many years and was looking to stay in the golf industry, but there were no jobs to be found. So I had a friend that worked at Corona, and he was like, "Hey, you've got cigar knowledge, like more than most coming in. So
Yeah.
why don't you come apply?" So I did, and led to that.
Nice.
So, I was there for about 8 years. I did a little bit of real estate after I left Corona, and then moved back to Western Kentucky, and then saw this position pop up when I was looking to get out of Kentucky for the second time.
Okay.
I was born and raised there,
Sorry.
I applied for this. Yeah, and one thing led to another. Here we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you cover the upper Midwest?
Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And how do you what's better about the sales rep gig versus the retail management gig and vice versa?
The rep gig is it's kind of all on you,
Okay.
You got to get out there and get it.
Yep.
I enjoy that part of it, that you're competing with yourself and trying to grow the route, grow the accounts. But this is so cliche. You hear it from every guest about what do you like about this industry, and it's because it's true. It's the people. All the people that I meet, not just the retailers that I work with. I've built some awesome friendships in such a short amount of time, but the regulars that are at those shops too, that you build relationships with, that's really what it's, that's the best part of the job for sure.
Yeah.
And it was in retail too. I mean, Corona has a fantastic group of regulars at that shop, at all their shops, but lifelong friendships are built when you're on the retail side, having regulars come in daily. You know?
Yeah.
The people, it's incredible what this, what cigars do. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. And so as you kind of, I mean, I think all of us, whatever line of work we're in, you know, we kind of look, we try to spend a little time every year kind of looking at our long-term, you know, hopes and aspirations for, you know, and that kind of thing.
Sure.
So what, you know, do you have goals or like long-term aspirations for yourself as part of the cigar industry?
Yeah. I mean, right now I've just been setting personal goals for what I'm doing with the route.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of seeing what else there is available within the industry. I mean, I work for an awesome company. Obviously, they've been fantastic to bring me on.
Yeah.
But so far, the focus has just been on growing the route, trying to do the best that I can with what I'm tasked to do, and then in the future, I'll definitely be setting goals to move forward in the industry in some way for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, we wish you the best, Joey,
Thank you.
and we appreciate you spending a few minutes talking to us. Did you have any questions for Joey?
No, I talk to him all the
How you
time.
doing?
I know.
How you doing?
How you doing? Joey is a brave man. He's married to a Latina woman. So I give him my blessing and my hope, and keep an eye open when you sleep.
Learned that for sure. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but it's been nice to when you first came on the route. I met you, was it at Burn or at Omar?
Ramsey, yeah.
Yep. And we became a friend. How long ago did you start watching the show?
I'd probably started a year ago-ish, but very regularly. I mean, I drive so much that I've gone back and listened to so many episodes. I mean, you guys literally are playing in I mean, I could show you my Spotify. You're like right at the top.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
That's awesome.
But it helps us too to kind of stay abreast of what's going on in the industry and stuff with because you get so focused on what you're doing.
Yeah.
And what the brand you represent and making sure that you know all about that. But I think it's good to understand what else is going on with other brands and other manufacturers so that, you know, you have that in your hip pocket too. So,
Yeah.
The show's been awesome. I listen to you guys a lot.
I appreciate that.
Thank you for that,
Absolutely.
brother.
Yeah, well, man, keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you,
Keep
brother.
staying on the
And,
hustle, brother. Stay on
yeah,
the
man.
hustle.
Yeah, keep hustling and keep selling and keep getting out there in the community. And you know, we hope all the best for you in your future
Thank you.
cigar related endeavors.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thanks for being on with
Take it
us,
easy,
brother.
brother. Thanks.
I mean, thanks.
I think we have
Joey, everybody.
Joey.
There we go.
Say
There we go.
that Joey's got leather pants. What do you think, Nate? What do you want to?
I think definitely.
Nate,
Nate
come
back.
here.
Please
Nate's back.
join us.
I don't know if you guys ever seen this guy. He might have been on the show once or
He's
twice.
been on the show.
He's for this.
gosh.
He works for this small little company that most of us use.
That the company that everyone knows and no one pronounces correctly.
Bovida.
Bovida. Boveda. Bovida.
Oh yeah.
So this is a friend of the show, a friend of ours
Nate's back,
personally.
ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, guys?
Yay! So I asked a question on our show last week when we had some media people on, and I want to get your take on it.
Okay.
Because I know that you do try to watch and listen to and read some cigar media. that's out there.
Yep.
Whether it's reviews or news or, shows and things like that. And I asked the question last week, of all the things that cigar media groups do, reviews, news, shows, lifestyle stuff, talking about accessories, talking about all the stuff that cigar media places talk about, which aspect of all that, out of all those, do you think is the most effective for expanding and strengthening the cigar culture?
Oh man, I think that's an easy one. If I can watch a YouTube video of a past podcast or an interview, or even be on an interview, if I can, as quickly as possible, steer the talk about cigars to how you enjoy them with your friends and in your life and in your interactions with other humans, and how it helps grow those relationships and push those boundaries, that expands cigars more than anything else. Because I used to read Cigar Aficionado. I didn't ever go buy the cigars after reading it. I might buy one here or there.
Yeah.
But I'd read it and go, oh, they got this flavor out of that. When I smoked it, I kind of like that aspect of cigars.
Yeah.
But so much of anything industry related, cigars or otherwise, just becomes kind of white noise when you're just talking about the product so much.
Yeah.
And I had this same opinion. I used to own a hot dog cart and was part of the early part of the food truck scene here in the Twin Cities. Nothing was more boring than seeing a picture of a food truck's food over and over and over again. And what got more traction for me than anything, I started doing when my kids were like elementary school, early junior high, middle school. I would take them on dad-daughter dates.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I'd post pictures of what we were doing on our dad-daughter dates. I got more traction and more interaction as a food truck, and have people come up to me at like the next beer fest or the next food truck fest. They're like, oh my gosh, you guys went and did this and this and this on your dad-daughter date. That's so cool. I'm going to do that with my kids. Awesome. You should totally do that.
Yeah.
Those kinds of things. The whole reason why we smoke these cigars is so we can spend time with our friends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is the only reason that we do this. Now, we all love cigars, and we'll do it by ourselves. We do it to relax. But ideally, you want to be sitting with your best buddies or your friends and your regulars at your favorite shop or your, wherever you go to smoke cigars. And you want to talk about life. Like, hey, how's work going? And I generally try to steer as much away from work as possible, unless somebody hey, they lost their job. Oh, how can we help? Or like, what are you looking for here? Next time you see them, hey, how's it going? How are you holding up? I'm not super interested in what's happening on that work side and the industry side. I want to know how does this contribute to you being a better human to the people that you're with? That's what I think expands the industry.
Yeah. I think, and Andrew touched on this too, that the hobbies that people share, cigars could be one, bourbon could be one, motorcycles, cars. Some people are really into computers, electronics, whatever it might be, the hobbies. And we connect through those hobbies, but then we interact through those hobbies, but we connect when we go to the next level of, well, talk to me about your kids. Talk to me about the struggles that your kids are having, or somebody will open up about the struggles that their kids are having, or they'll just crack the door on the struggles that their kids are having. Cause it's tough to talk about some things
for sure. Especially for men, especially.
Yeah. And you just kind of crack the door open on something that you're struggling with.
Yep.
And, but again, going back to something Andrew said, there is something different about cigars that stretches out those conversations and opens those doors wider to the tough conversations.
Dude, I mean, I grew up with my wife's family was in full-time church ministry. My parents were, you have let's meet for a cup of coffee and just catch up, or let's have some bourbon, or we'll have some, some cocktails and we'll catch up. There is no environment that encourages the ability for people to open up and share more about themselves than with cigars.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
And I think For sure. Podcasts that talk about the industry and the economics and the making of these cigars, and this tobacco is going to become hard to get, and what are we going to do, and how are we going to keep our cigars on the shelves in front of our customers? Well, what keeps the customer coming back, if like I'm smoking Aroma Craft, you might like that cigar, but if there's not something else about that brand that connects you to that brand, it's like going to a restaurant. You could have had the best meal of your life, but if everything was kind of sterile and flat, you're probably not going to go back.
You're not going to go back.
But if you go to that, mid-tier kind of casual restaurant and the food is, it's fine, it's okay, but you feel like family, you're going back all the time.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Like all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of a not a joke, but everybody knows my wife and I do date night on Wednesdays, and I don't do really anything on Wednesdays. And they're like, "Oh, you going to Serum's again? That's our neighborhood bar." I'm like, "Yep, we're going to Serum's."
Yeah.
Now we'll mix it up just for a difference in food. But dude, all the servers, all the bartenders come over, pull out a stool or pull out a chair.
Yep.
And they're like, "How's the family doing? How was
Yeah.
your trip to wherever you were just at?
Yeah.
Like, how are your kids doing? Oh yeah, so-and-so's got an ear infection, and this has been really stressful." And I mean, it's just family, like stuff of life. But the reason you go back to those places is exactly because of that. And that's what happens with cigars. And I think at a base level, if people don't have a relationship, especially for brick and mortar shops, if they don't have that kind of connection and relationship, that shop's going to have a really hard time keeping them buying cigars in their shop.
Yeah.
To earn that trust and go, those guys take really good care of me. I'll spend a couple bucks more per cigar and not buy it from an online retailer.
Yeah.
Because those people make me feel special.
Yeah. Well, and it's also one of the things we talked about on last week's show was there's so many, you go to a metro area. We'll take the Twin Cities because that's where we are. There's a lot of different cigar shops around. And then you go online if you're into cigars and you like to watch stuff about cigars online. There's a lot of different places to watch stuff about cigars online.
Yep.
And I liken it to the cigar shop where everybody's got there are things about all the cigar shops in the Twin Cities area that I like.
Yep.
But there's a shop that I feel at home in.
Yep.
And I'll say it on the show. It's Ramsey Smoke Shop.
Yep.
I feel at home in Omar's shop.
Yep.
It feels comfortable. It feels like home. And the same is true with Cigar Media, with where it's that show just speaks to me. It just feels like home. And the same is true with Cigar Brands. That cigar feels like home to me. And
sure.
And a lot of times it has to do, like you said, it's the tobacco is the tobacco. There's the vast majority of cigars the tobacco's coming from the same. There are only so many farms out there.
Correct.
Tobacco's coming from the same farms. There's a connection with the people who promote that cigar.
Yep.
With the people who talk about that cigar and with the community surrounding, because everybody's got every brand has their Facebook page or their Facebook group.
Yep.
And sometimes you could be a member of 20 groups, and after a while you're going to narrow in. And it's going to be like, that's my group.
Yep.
These are my people.
Yep.
And
I think initially it's geography. Like you start where you're close.
Yes.
But if you find that place like Ramsey or whichever that shop is where you're connected, you will drive 30, 40 minutes.
Yes.
And I have long held, living in the northern suburbs, it seems like a part of the Twin Cities. They're like, "Oh God, you're so far out there. I don't know if I can make it."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "That's cool. Whatever. I'll invite you. But if you can't, no worries."
Yeah.
But if somebody invites you, like, "Oh, come over to my house." If I want to spend time with them, I'm just driving.
Yeah.
I don't care.
100%. And that doesn't mean I'll still go to Tobacco Grove and hang out for a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
I'll still go to Burn and hang out for a few hours.
Yep.
Stogies on Grand, Sodies, I'll Perfect Dash. I'll still go to those shops.
Yep.
But so often Raul or somebody else says, "Hey, we're going to Burn for a while." I'm like, I appreciate it, but I just no, driving all the way down for me, driving all the way down to Burnsville. I love James. I love the shop.
Yep.
But driving all the way down to Burnsville for me. And it's like, well, Sodi's is really close.
Yep.
But I'll drive 20 minutes longer to go to Omar's shop.
For sure.
Because, and note this, it is in no way, shape, or form disrespect to the people at Sodi's.
To any of the shops.
To any of the shops.
To any
No
of
way.
the shops.
But
yep.
If 30 minutes, 20 minutes longer drive to go to Omar's shop, yeah, I'll see you guys there.
Yep.
I'll see you guys there. Because it's just, it feels like my people.
Yep.
Feels like home.
Yep.
And
like when you have that shop where you walk in and you hug everybody.
Yeah.
And you give them a legit, and I'm all for legit hugs. Like, I don't want the stiff, like, trout hug or the side hug. I'm like, we're going to do this. Like
the ass out hug.
Yeah.
We got to
go
like hug each other and the ass sticks out.
Yeah. Like we've got our buddy Dax here there he is.
I think he's sleeping.
One of the best huggers in the game. Dude is legit. And I'll tell you, man, there's nothing better. It just makes you feel great about yourself. And I think you go to places like that because you leave feeling really good about yourself.
Yeah.
Because not only do you get to be a part of somebody else's life, they're a part of your life.
Well, and there have been, I mean, how many of us in this room include, and in the comments on Facebook and YouTube and Rumble, have been in one of those moods where shit's just going south. You're arguing, you might be arguing with your wife, or your kids are driving you nuts, or something's going wrong with your job, or the IRS is after you, or something. Or impotence, as Big Pickle says. And
Pickle, you got that problem, huh?
Sorry to hear that, brother.
Sorry. They got pills for that.
You're going through that, and you either get up because when we're in that place, sometimes it's like I just don't want to leave the house.
Yep.
I want to sit in my bubble and just smoke by myself in my corner of the garage or wherever you smoke at home. But something says to you, I got to get up and get out of here, and you go to your cigar shop.
Yep.
And within 15 minutes, you just gradually start to feel better.
You feel lighter.
Yeah. And even if you don't talk about the shit you're going through,
right?
Because again, men have struggles with talking about the shit they're going through.
Yep.
And sorry, not sorry, most cigar smokers are men. It's just statistics. It's not any aspersion to anyone else who smokes cigars.
Yep.
But you just feel lighter.
Uh-huh.
And then there will be those really good gems, and we've all been there. Everyone in this room has been there, and everyone watching hopefully has been there, where you do take that leap of faith to open up about the shit you're going through.
Yep.
Those are the moments that take it like over the top.
Well, and I think that applies to this podcast. You guys have been a wealth of knowledge, and you are well connected to everybody in the industry, and you try to provide a wide base of information and humor, cigar related. But at the end of the day, the reason people have continued to watch this show is because of the energy that all three of you bring to this platform, because people connect with you, and you guys provide a warmth that comes through the screen and through the microphone that people can connect with. And that's why they stick around. That's why they comment. At the end of the day, that's really what has kept people as loyal as they are to this podcast.
That means a lot to us. And it's, and at the same time, I hear that, and I've heard it from other people, and I'm beyond grateful and humbled by hearing that. And then I think, oh man, we're abandoning. There's part of me that feels guilt.
Oh, well, I can speak to that.
It's like we're abandoning. I feel there's part of me that feels guilt. It's like there's people who enjoy this podcast.
Sure.
And now I made the decision. I'm like, nope, we're done.
But that's okay.
And then there are people who are like, but I like watching it and
What
listening
am I
to
going to
it.
do Monday nights?
Uh-huh.
And
I can speak to that in that when I decided to wrap up my hot dog cart, and I was very proud of the culture I was able to create around a simple little hot dog cart. Remembering people's names, hugging people, creating a space that was like smoking cigars. And there were a lot of cigars that were part of that. But when I started it, and I feel this way about your podcast and about anything, all of this is creating art. And at some point, a piece of art is complete. Like at some point you go, I'm done. It's time to move on to the next piece of art and create another new piece of art. And you've also opened the door for others to step in and carry the baton and create something that will not fill the gap, but will take it in a new direction. And I think so many people were like bummed out for me. They're like, oh, but it was so cool. Why didn't you keep doing it? Didn't your kids want to do it? I'm like, well, I asked them, they didn't. But at the same time, things can be done. And that's okay if we decide to go, I've created everything I want to create, and now I'm ready to do something new.
yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Well, and that's, I mean, Justin and Raul can attest. That's kind of when I first sat down with these guys and said, I think I'm done. And we talked through it. And that's kind of what I said. I feel like I've accomplished everything that I wanted to accomplish and set out to. And I feel like we've done a really good job over the years. And I feel like it just felt like the right time to step away. And the timing felt right. To finish out 2025 and go on to whatever's next. So
And I think that's a really brave, cool thing that you're doing to listen to that inner voice and go, I think I'm good. And then to go, this thing was really cool when we had a super cool experience, and now we're going to do something new.
Yeah.
I think that's a really cool thing to do. And, that doesn't mean that some things can't go on for like years and years and years.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've always thought that that's cool as hell. But I also really like it when people have a looser attachment to the things, if you will, and to that concept of always creating new art. In anything. And you go, I'm going to create something new.
Yeah. And that's kind of because anybody who has known me for long enough knows that before How About That Cigar, I was with Blind Man's Puff, part of another cigar media group, had a great time, learned a ton. But my heart was itching to create something of my own. And B, I was at the time, late 40s. I was like, I feel like it's now or never. That if I'm going to get together with some people and create something from scratch, it's kind of now or never. So I was just like, screw it, I'm doing it. And I went to the guys at Blind Man's Puff and I said, I love you guys. I got to move on. And I got to do this. And they're like, well, you could do a podcast with us. And I said, I could. And I appreciate that, but I gotta do my, I gotta try this.
I think that's awesome.
And it's been an incredible experience. I mean, going to the Great Smoke in Florida and going to the PCA shows and talking to all the different people and especially, and we've talked about this before, the PCA trade shows, the show floor is fine. It's fine. It's the after hours or before hours stuff.
It's all before and after.
It's the coffee and cigar early with the people who are early risers like myself, coffee and cigar and conversation, or after hours, a dinner and then more cigars and drinks and conversation. Those were where we connected with people more than any other time at the trade shows.
So my coworker JP and I we've kind of the last two trade shows, we'll get to the show floor about 7:30, have our coffee, punch in some orders, but purposely to be there to see all of the industry people that are walking by the booth that we're not going to have any time for during the day. And then after the show, and I was joking with Joey about this. Like, one of the things you never do at a cigar trade show, if you go back to your room, dear God, if you have things to do afterwards, don't lay on the bed.
Don't lay down.
Because if you lay on the bed, you will either be naked or in your boxers watching TV on your phone or on the TV, and you'll be asleep by 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I don't think, and I get so many raised eyebrows, I don't think I went to bed before 2:30 at this last trade show. But the reason I do that is I only get so many chances to interact in person with retailers because I have a massive territory.
Yeah.
And I'm not technically a cigar rep that goes into shops once a month or every 3 or 4 weeks or 6 weeks, whatever. If those accounts and those individuals who have now become friends are willing to stay up and spend that time with me, I'm going to stay up.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's, I learned that the hard way. Actually, I'm glad I learned it the hard way before I went to my first cigar trade show. My first cigar trade show was 2016. And a few years prior to that, when I was working for a medical device company, I went to one of the national sales conferences to train the salespeople on some different things. And we finished our day of training, but then we had a dinner that night and some other events after that. I went back to my hotel room. I showered, and I was like, all right, I hit the remote on the TV. I'm just going to watch the news for a few minutes. And I just kind of leaned back. I didn't even lay down. I sat on the bed and leaned my head against the headboard at like 6:30 p.m. I woke up at 9:30 p.m. and I was like, oh, fuck, I missed everything. So I just ordered room service.
Of course.
And ate it and then went back to bed.
Yeah.
But I learned my lesson at cigar trade shows. Yeah. It's like, no, because that's where the magic happens. It's all those conversations and events after the fact.
Yep. You change your clothes. You put on a spritz of cologne if you like that. You wipe the smudge off your glasses, so you don't feel all like gross, and out the door you go.
Yeah. Because everybody knows we're all at a trade show.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's going to come back from the day on the trade show floor to go out to their event and be freshly coiffed and groomed. It's like you just kind of gather yourself, splash some water on your face, and they're like, it's okay. We all know that's what we're doing.
At some point,
Thanks, David.
See you, buddy.
See you, Pickle.
At some point at one of the trade shows, we'll have to get that, if it still exists, the LED backpack.
Yeah, Garrett's LED backpack. That was.
We'll have to
sweet.
somehow see if we can revive that and just put different messages on it all day.
that was a conversation piece. When he bought that, I was like, oh my God, that's so.
Dude, that's one of my lasting memories
smart.
from one of my first trade shows with Bovida was seeing that LED screen bopping around the trade show floor.
That was a great conversation piece.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I'm having trouble coming up with words right now. So
Thanks.
If you have anything,
you're welcome, Ro.
Thank you, brother.
It's getting long, and then we're getting tired.
Is it? Oh my God, it's 10 o'clock already.
Yeah. And I want to get 2 more guests up here.
Do it.
I appreciate you, Nate. Always.
Thanks for having me up, you guys. Love you guys.
Love seeing you on Thursdays.
Right back at you.
Nate Beck, ladies and gentlemen.
Nate Beck. I'd like to get 2 more people up before we call it a night.
Yeah.
Omar, come here. Sit the fuck down.
Yes, sir.
So, Omar owns Ramsey Smoke Shop, and he actually did our first hidden gem episode at his shop.
That's right.
And he's a guy we've been talking about who we consider our home shop, and we appreciate what you've cultured there.
It's been great.
So I don't know if I ain't got any questions. I just wanted
Thanks for
Space
having
to
me.
come up here.
I know it's only been a couple weeks since I've been on.
Yeah, episode 300.
Well, maybe I can plug my new podcast. It's called What Do You Think of That Cigar right off the bat? Is that good?
That's
Catchy?
a great name.
It rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah. It's usually what we all say, right? What's that remind you of? What's that remind you of?
So tell me,
Episode 1.
So tell me, what do you think about that cigar that you're smoking right now?
It's too
It tastes too much like tobacco.
yeah. Congratulations on 312.
So how have you been able to cultivate such a following at your shop? Because it's not a regular cigar lounge. You have other tobacco products at your shop. But how have you been able to cultivate such a following?
I wanted to stand out. I just wanted to do something different. It's not really like anything crazy. I just got tired of selling the same types of cigars and just started bringing in little things here and there that kind of changed people's view on cigars, and it kind of grew that way and people started following it. I follow a bunch of other shops and kind of copy what they do. I mean, it's basically it. It's fun.
Well, and what have you?
To be honest, that's and I'm not. I mean, there's nothing to there. There's no blueprint or anything, but obviously the people and my father and I, just people like coming in and talking and saying hi, and I just kind of built off that.
Well, and I don't think you're being modest. I think you're just being yourself. It comes off as modest just because you're like, well, this is just what I do. But that's, I think that's part of your nature, is that you just, for the most part, you're happy when anybody walks through your door.
Yeah.
And I know your dad feels the same way. You're happy when somebody walks through your door, and regardless of what they're there to buy or whatever it is. But there is, and correct me if I'm wrong, out of all the product categories that you sell, there is something that creates an opportunity on the premium cigar space in the humidor that you've curated. There is something in that premium cigar space that allows the opportunity for kind of getting to know the customer better than just, hey, could I get a canister of that vape juice, or could I get those rolling papers, or whatever it may be? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure. And I treat everyone as if they were or going to be eventually cigar smokers. You just never know.
Yeah.
And so that person that comes in and smells the cigars and talks about it all the time, like, oh, it smells so good in here, but they buy a pack of smokes. Sometimes, someday they'll come in and say, I want to try one. And they've done it.
Yeah.
Sit down and try one. And then it goes from there. It's giving me an opportunity to just kind of try different things with people. Of course, there's the regulars are always going to be smoking cigars, never touch a cigarette or quit smoking cigarettes or vapes. And then they'll always be there. But I try, I kind of have it set in my head that it's just kind of naturally just keep adding more people. Like get them interested in cigars.
Yeah.
When sometimes you kind of get a little tired of it myself, of just the industry or whatever, but it's just the way it is. It's like going to work every day. And I'm not saying like I just, so, and then when that new person comes in, it's like rejuvenates it. You're like, oh man, this guy's interested. I'm about to show him something really cool.
Yeah.
And then they come back and tell you what they thought, this and that. So that's always fun. That's always new. That's always
Do you think part of it? And I've thought this before, specifically at your shop, because you're an all-encompassing shop for tobacco people.
Yep.
That because you have some sampling chairs, a little in
just in front of the walk-in humidor, and then also in the back. And do you think people coming in to maybe buy, some type of other tobacco product, they see, a couple friends sitting there hanging out, enjoying a cigar, having a conversation, and you interacting with them, and they see that and they think, well, that looks kind of fun. That looks kind of cool. Do you think that sparks some people to say, I kind of think I want to try this? Yeah,
for sure. I think it can go both ways. I think I've lost customers because it could just be that they don't want that smell anymore, even though they might be cigarette smokers, or just don't want to be around it.
Yeah.
They buy tobacco, pipe tobacco, a vape. And then on the other hand, they walk in and they think something's going on. What do you guys have going on? Is there a party?
Oh yeah.
What are we celebrating? And to us, we're just hanging out. We're smoking cigars.
Yeah, it's just another Monday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For sure. That smell brings back memories to some people. Oh, my grandfather smoked. I think of my dad every time I walk in. That's pretty cool to hear. And then most people are usually pretty cool. They love the old school feel to it. Like there's no place left to smoke anymore. This is great. I love this. You guys are having fun. Or there's days where there's no one in there and someone walks in. It's like, where is everyone? They're used to it,
Yeah.
But it's for sure a kind of it's a neat thing to see for people that aren't used to. They just walk into a smoke shop. They think it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
It's not like walking into a full-on lounge where you expect it. The cigar smokers are coming in to smoke cigars or buy cigars, and they know there's cigars being smoked.
Yeah. Well, and I got a Rich Jordan in the comments says, Omar has without a doubt the most unique gathering space of any shop I've ever been to. Well worth going out of the way to experience. The culture is special and so welcoming. And I say he hit the nail on the head.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And Jordan?
That Rich Jordan.
Oh, Rich Jordan.
Yeah.
It kind of just developed. I used to have 2 chairs, then it was 3, then it was a high table and a couple of chairs, and made the space work and built on from there. It's been good.
Yeah. And I've said this on this show before, but you have curated one of the best humidors that I've seen, regardless of whether it's Minnesota or what, in the space you have, which is limited.
Yeah. Yep.
You have curated a humidor that literally has some of the best boutique brands you'll ever see, and some of the most iconic legacy brands that people want.
Thank you.
So it's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fun journey. That we've been doing it for 20 years, but really I was just saying, I've been to the show probably 14 years now, and it's always a work in progress. There's some stuff comes and goes, and this will stay, this won't. I've done it all. I'm not ashamed to let something go. I'm not ashamed to put it on discount. It just doesn't work out. It may not be everyone's favorite anymore, or it's just something maybe I liked too much and nobody else did, which happens.
It happens.
I try not to do that too much, but it's okay. It's not like it's not the end all. They'll find me and I'll find them again. I can always bring back someone, or if I turn them down and I don't do it for 4 or 5 years, and then a customer comes in and really, really wants it, usually Raul or
he'll threaten you.
Yes. Oh man, Raul was like you could see his head turning when he first started coming in. It was just like, what's next? And then it was like almost every day, he just come in every day. What else you got? What else you got? He wanted me to dig into my personal. I was like, I think I got something for you. Check this out. And then it was then it's a phone call, and then it was, when are you working again? And then it just, That is the customer that
Blink twice if you need help getting away from Raul.
yeah.
What's your safe word?
It's too late for that.
Yeah.
They don't work.
Well, we've appreciated. We just appreciate what you do and appreciate the
Thanks.
fact that you've
No,
been.
you guys have been awesome. Minnesota's been amazing. Everyone's been great. Sorry, it's late. I'm kind of
I'm with you, brother.
Quiet and slow tonight.
I'm with
but,
you, brother.
No, it's very cool. I'm glad I was here for your anniversary. 300 shows and
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
Thanks for showing
Well, thank
Good
you,
job.
brother.
Of course.
Appreciate everything
Yep,
you do.
you guys are doing great.
Thank you, guys.
I mean, you
bro.
did great.
Did great. Yeah.
Just keep doing what you're doing, man.
We'll think about it. Probably not, but we'll think about it. Thank you, Omar. All right. We're gonna get Red on the show because this is Red's workspace after all. Out of all the years, Justin, and all the episodes and all the endless recordings at PCA and TPE shows, what are some of your favorite moments, favorite people that you've met, experiences, even if they're not related specifically to like interview questions or anything like that?
Of course, it's got to be Matt Booth's Art of Eating Ass.
That was
the most beautiful display of affection that I've ever seen.
It was it was very descriptive. It was very open, graphic.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, like PCA, a lot of endless nights at PCA.
Oh my gosh.
I remember the night at the TPE party, the Drew Estate party.
Oh,
We were like the last ones on the dance floor.
we were.
Like, the music went
That
on.
band.
The band.
Yes.
Yes. I think Andrew was there too.
I know Andrew remembers that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that band was so incredible.
Eating tacos at what was that taco place?
Oh yeah, in the
Tacos
Sahara.
Is it
Tacos.
Tacos al
Oh, right. Sorry, the place down the strip.
Yeah.
Tacos al Gordos. Yes,
Yeah.
that was like we kind of closed out the PCA show there every year, and then we went with Nate to Carson Kitchen a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
That place was crazy good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna miss that. Hi, Red.
How's it going, man?
Where'd Raul go?
Where did Red come
He
from?
told me to come down and steal his chair.
Oh, he's quitting. Is he quitting?
Is he done?
So in the 11th hour, like almost toward the end of the very last episode in the history of How About That Cigar, Raul just quit.
Well,
so-
we replaced him with Red.
Like to welcome everybody.
Welcome,
If everybody would please welcome our new co-host, Red.
Tell us about your new podcast there, Red.
Yeah, what's your new podcast going to be?
Not 100% sure yet. Leave it ominous.
Yeah, just it's an open concept right now.
So where do you get the name Red from, Red?
It's a pretty funny story, actually. I have the red hair, but originally when I started, my 15 years in law enforcement, I went by the last name. They started us off in the police academy with the last name on your shirts.
Yeah.
So everybody knew me as Frazier. I never told my wife, but when we started talking about doing this, and she was like, you should call it Reds and go with the nickname Red. And like a bad husband in law enforcement, I never told my wife what I did on the job. When I was undercover, I actually went by Red. So it was actually
Okay.
a name that I had already done before, which she didn't know about. But so I thought that was a pretty good idea.
And so, gosh, is it 5 years now?
I'm coming up on my 5th year.
Coming up on
anniversary.
5 years. Wow, congrats, brother.
December 31st.
Man.
The anniversary.
Well, and gradually over the years, I mean, I even remember all the stuff you did even leading up to opening, but then, you've tried to gradually over the years improve little by little, and you've made so many improvements to this place over the years. And it's really become, and I, you know, it's become a place that not only the local members, but also people, you know, somebody travels here for work. They're here for a week or whatever. And they know a guy is like, oh, I'm a member over at Reds. And, you know, they bring him in as a guest or whatever it may be. So what are some of the things that you've kind of learned along the way? You know, the big key things that you've learned either from your members or from guests who've come in or just from experience that you've either altered or changed or gotten rid of completely that have made a better experience for everybody here.
Well, the number one is ventilation.
Okay.
You know, so we got 20 guys in the basement here smoking. It's tough without the cross ventilation going on.
Yeah.
And as I got a little bit of money going through it, I went from smoke heaters to straight exhaust and those types of things. But I always say that like the amenities and the ventilation and, you know, hopefully me being a good person and realizing the vibe off of me is about culture and community, and that gets people inside the door. But the only reason that I have a member that stays for longer than a year is because of the other people that are in the room here. It's the community that keeps them here. I don't keep them here. The amenities don't keep them here. The location doesn't keep them here. It's ultimately that camaraderie and community and culture, which is the slogan around here, that actually keeps them running here.
Yeah.
And in the great state of Minnesota, you can't run one of these very profitably. So they don't exist very many places. So this is one of the rare private lounges that exists for blue collar guys to go at a reasonable price.
Yeah.
And enjoy each other and enjoy a therapy spot, a safe haven. I wasn't down here at the beginning because I was having a discussion with a guy who was going through troubles.
Yeah.
And that was more important to me than coming down for the podcast at the
Absolutely.
beginning. You know,
Absolutely.
And that's what this place is about.
Yeah. And I think everybody here and people watching and listening, they feel the same way. You were where you were supposed to be.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons you've been able to keep this place vibrant and get that culture going in here that you want to have. Like you said, it's about the people who are members, that they attract people who are like-minded and have that same kind of heart.
That's the word of mouth advertisement that I do. And honestly, this place saved me. I mean, the guys that are in this crowd here, I left law enforcement with some serious mental health issues, and Cigars just being a disarming activity where it just puts everybody on an even playing field. It gives you all a commonality and a therapy and type of tree of trust type of deal. And it saved me the first year that I started running this.
Yeah.
So then I really pursued the people versus profit model. We're interviewing guys that are going to come in and making sure that they're a part of the cigar culture and community, not just somebody who had one in Cancun and thought it was cool. You know, they didn't get a glass case of Cuban, cigars off the beach, and now they think it's really cool to come in here. It's really been a lot of like-minded guys that are very different, but you start off with a commonality, and it saved me. So what I try to pursue in building it and continuing to improve it is, how do I make it that same therapy spot for everybody else when they're coming in? Yeah.
It's a place that I know a number of people in the Twin Cities cigar community that call this place home.
Yep.
I mean, I know a lot of guys who they work here. They do their workday here almost every day.
Yeah, we were originally Red Cigar Lounge.
Yeah.
And then as the city of Minneapolis and their anti-tobacco wisdom started attacking different things around the area, I went to the Reds workspace, which really it is. Half the guys work here during the day and 1 or 2 days a week. And then the rest of it's sports and camaraderie and UFC and hanging out, and birthdays and Christmas. And all that kind of stuff.
And some of the herfs, you know, the charity, they're charity herfs and just kind of community herfs, you know, big ones, you know, a couple times, if not, you know, 3-4 times throughout the year.
Yep. If I can use the place to better other people, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I get a disability retirement through the job, so that kind of takes care of the nuts and bolts. And then I work this full time for the benefit of everybody around me. That makes me feel good. That gives me that positivity and purpose and drive.
Yeah. Well, and it's been a good place for us to, because we've done, I think this is our third time broadcasting live from Reds. The first time was one of our first episodes with Rob Gagne, who used to be with Bovida. We did it upstairs in one of the kind of nooks in the upstairs, and it's just been a great place for us to get to know a lot of fantastic people from the cigar community. You've done a great job of putting this place together and curating membership, friendships, relationships, and just one last time for anybody out there in the Twin Cities area or people who are going to be traveling here, if they want to find out more info, how do they do that?
My website's the easiest one, redsworkspace.com, and that's got all of my contact info, and it's not an easy to get into spot. It's not like you can just do it on your phone and then book a room or that kind of thing. You actually have to call me.
Yeah.
So communicating with me through the website of redsworkspace.com, that's the best way to get a hold of me.
Nice. Well, brother, thank you so much for hosting us here for our final episode of How About That Cigar.
Thank you.
And keep doing what you're doing. We appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you guys.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, come on now. Put your hands together. The founder of the feast. Well, I guess we got to get Raul back up here.
You don't have to. You can get somebody else.
No. He's ready to burn bridges. I see you just walking around with a can of gasoline in your hands. He's just like chomping at the bit to burn some bridges.
Yeah, I'll burn a couple, but I've learned a lot from this show. You can't burn them all.
Yeah.
You fucking get stuck on an island.
So do you think
it's fucking time?
Do you think it's time?
It's time.
All right, guys. Say it with us. It is now time for this week's
Numo de los Muertos.
All right. Now you guys are going to think this is cheesy as hell, and I don't give a shit. You're going to say, oh, that's so cheesy and that's so corny and blah, 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 blah. I don't care because it's the last episode. And,
Anal beads.
And it is not anal beads.
Neurogel.
Nor is it Neurogel or any of the other autoerotic asphyxiation or any of that weird stuff. The number this week is 0.
People that have died on the show.
That is correct. That's not what I was going for. I was going for something a little more meaningful, albeit very cheesy and corny, but nonetheless,
Here's
that's
something a little meaningful. Amy Lynn Ty.
Oh.
Congrats on the last episode. Love you, honey. So proud of you.
See, now I was all like numb and not getting emotional, and then my wife jumps in the comments and says that, and now I might get emotional. But I love you, sweetie, and she's the best thing that has ever existed in the history of the universe. So that's all I have to say about that, because I'm gonna go off the rails if I go down there. Anyway, the number is 0.
For how many podcasts are left?
That's also correct. 0 podcasts left. 0 people have ever died on this show. But here's the thing. Each of us, even though How About That Cigar is going away, each of us, and that includes everybody in this room, includes everybody watching and listening, each of us are still active members of the cigar community. We're all still here. So it's on each and every one of us to give our best to the cigar community. And one of the ways that we can do that, because if we're healthy mentally and emotionally in our everyday life, then we're going to bring that healthy mindset to the hobbies that we're a part of. So if we're a part of the cigar community and that's our hobby, so I encourage everybody out there to get yourself healthy in your home life, your family life, because that's the first and foremost community in your life and your closest friends. And then when you go out into your hobbies, whether it's cigars, whiskeys, cars, electronics, train sets, collecting stamps, whatever your hobbies are, you're going to bring that healthy mindset into your favorite hobbies and the communities that's a part of. So in the world of premium cigars, in this cigar hobby that we're a part of, each and every one of us listening and watching, we're still here and we're still a part of it. So get the best out of your life so that you can give the best to the people around you. And that's, it's cheesy, but it's true. So I felt like the last episode of How About That Cigar, Numero de los Muertos, needed to have a little bit more, depth and meaning to it. So we're all still here and we can all still, try to do a little better, myself included, each and every day to, contribute the best of ourselves to the people and the communities around us. So that was this week's Numero de los Muertos. And Raul disappeared again. I don't know if he got emotional and had to run off or if he just had to pee really bad. What's that?
He got hot balls.
Oh, he got hot balls. His balls got hot.
Yeah.
My balls was hot. So, hi.
Hi, hot balls. How you doing?
Did you get hot balls?
Yeah, I got hot balls.
Hot balls.
No. Sneezing fit?
No.
Okay.
Fucking dinner didn't set right.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It might have been.
You can go out that door right there if you need to.
Just hit the
We
bathroom.
got a bucket?
There's a bathroom right there.
Okay. Well, I just don't want you to miss.
I'm not. If I know who to puke, if I'm gonna puke, I know who to puke on. Fuck.
Sorry to hear that, brother. Well, it's the last episode, so you don't have to worry about it. All right, Spirit of Mystery Reveal, brought to us by Post Down Your Cigars. I have one little sip left, and I'm gonna have that right now.
You ain't gonna guess what it is, so I'm just gonna pull it out.
It's really good. I like it a lot. What is
You
that?
can have that bottle.
Pinhook. Ooh, very nice.
There you
Kentucky
go.
Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 100 proof. What did I say? I said 99 to 104. I'm good with guessing proofs. I'm shit with guessing brands.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you, brother.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. 2022. 100 proof. And Pinhook Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey.
You've had it before, by the way.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Mucho. I don't know how to say appreciated in Spanish.
Gracias.
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 Thank you so much. So that's this week's Spirit of Mystery.
No coming attractions, I don't think.
Lightning round. Lightning round. It's brought to us by our friends at J.C. Newman Cigar Company, America's oldest family-owned premium cigar maker. Creators of the popular, and I'm not reading this off the prompter, by the way. Creators of the popular Brick House, Perla Del Mar, Diamond Crown, and the American J.C. Newman Cigar Company operates out of their 114-year-old El Reloj Cigar Factory in historic Cigar City, Tampa, Florida. For more information on their cigars or visitor experience, please visit jcnewman.com. See, I've read that so many times, I didn't even have to look at the prompter while I was reading it. That's scary. So, yeah, I didn't even have to look at the prompter. Lightning round.
I got something for you.
Okay. Let's poll the audience, too.
What? This is strictly for you.
Oh, just for me.
And Justin. What do you see in the next year for you guys?
I want Justin to go first on this one because I know Justin's got some very cool stuff in the works.
I mean, I got a lot of stuff going on right now, but
How about that drink over here?
how about that drink? There's this drink going on for sure. Can't see it.
So Justin's
going to start a new thing. Just going to use the
being-
same initials. How about that cannabis?
Justin's being humble, so I'm going to sing Justin's praises, not only as the producer of this show, but also as an entrepreneur and somebody who knows more about the world of cannabis than most other people I know put together. He and if that's not your thing, that's fine.
Yeah.
But he is damn good at it.
And he's laser focused on it.
And he's got a lot of really cool stuff in the works. And I hope that we, in the future, if you don't yet, it's on Instagram at Justy Smoke
And grow.
and go
And grow.
and grow.
Grow.
Sorry,
Grow.
at Justy Smoke and grow. Follow him if you're into cannabis because you will learn so much, and he's got a lot of cool stuff in the works.
He's a fucking mad scientist.
So, yeah, he's being humbled, but I'll sing your praises, brother.
Good things coming.
Yeah, very good things.
And he's I don't know if you guys know this. Some of you guys in the audience do. I got a very good friend that was on the fire department. He's got cancer. And Justin has given me so much product for him free of cost to make his life better. Because with the cancer he's got, it's painful. And THC helps him out with the pain tolerance. And Justin has been so generous with him. And I appreciate that so fucking much, brother. So leave that there.
No problem.
So, Raul, I hope you're feeling okay right now. But
Money, I just had to get rid of that cookie.
what do you have? What do you have in the works? What's next?
Well, you didn't answer the question.
I want you to go next. I was going to go last.
Well, I think hopefully by February we will have a new podcast, and it's a cigar podcast, kinda, but it's more of a lifestyle podcast, and it's going to be me and Red, and we're probably going to broadcast right from this spot right here.
Okay, nice.
And we got some good ideas, and we're tossing back and forth the name of it.
Okay.
But I like Leaf Gypsies, and hopefully by February we'll have our first episode. We're gonna do once a month and see how get our feet under us and see where it goes from there.
Nice. Nice.
And I know I have you. I can always call and help me out. And
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So yeah, that's what me and Red will be doing. We might do R&R. We might do Leaf Gypsies, but we are gonna have a podcast next year.
Nice. Well, we look forward to that. And as for me, I got a couple invitations to do a guest spot on some other people's cigar podcasts, and I appreciate that beyond belief. But for a few months, I'm just going to kind of disappear, just be with my family and disappear. And in the future, whether I don't see myself starting another podcast or web show or anything like this again from scratch. It's possible that I get involved with either another cigar media outlet or maybe a cigar brand in the future, but honestly, it's not even on my radar. I have not had any discussions with anybody about any of those specifics or actually doing that. It's just, I'm saying I'm leaving it open as a possibility to whatever comes my way. But focusing on my relationships with my wife, my kids, and, my day job and doing the best I can with that job, and relationships with my close friends, these guys included and people in this room included, and continuing to be a part of the cigar community as a whole, and that's not going away. So that's kind of what's next. And for all you guys out there watching and listening, whatever's next for you, we hope that it turns out the way you want it.
Are you going to get back into playing music?
that's another thing that's kind of on my radar is if I haven't talked about it 1,000 times on the show, I'm a musician and I miss it. It's something that's been kind of in the core of my heart for my whole life, and I do miss it a lot. And I think part of me staying away from the music scene has been the focus on How About That Cigar, and I really do miss the music scene a lot. So I think there's a possibility that I'm going to try to dip my toes back in the water of the music scene and see if I can still do that. I'm very rusty. It's been a while.
Amy says
we'll
thanks
see.
for bringing it up, Raul. She'd
Oh,
love
yeah.
to hear his music.
Yeah,
He needs to.
he needs to. Yeah,
Yeah.
Amy really wants me to.
Hey, I just got
get
DJ
back
gear,
into
so
that.
you can I'm starting to DJ again. You got the band back together. I mean, I don't know. We can do some things.
You never know. You never know.
I look forward to you playing with your son.
Yeah, that's one of the things I would love to do someday is do music together with my kids.
Mm.
So maybe that's a possibility. They're getting older now, so it's like, who knows what might happen. But yeah, I mean, at this point in the show, we would normally go to like notable smokable tonight for me was that Wonderlust pre-release.
Yep.
I don't know about you guys. I mean, I smoked it down to like this 1-inch nub. It was ridiculously good.
Oh yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoyed it too. I was blown away by how good that cigar was after 10 years. So that's definitely the notable smokable this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. Coming attractions.
None. Later.
Coming attractions is whatever you guys, everybody watching and listening, whatever you have coming up in your life, focus on that, make the best of it. And that's what's coming up. It's been it's been an honor, a privilege, bringing you guys the stories from people in the world of premium cigars for the last nearly 8 years. It's been our absolute privilege. And to every single person who's ever been a guest on this show, we are grateful for you and for sharing your stories with us and our viewers and listeners. For every single person who has ever spent even a minute listening to an episode of How About That Cigar or watching How About That Cigar, we're grateful that we're grateful for that, and we're hopeful that you gained something from it that brought you a deeper understanding and appreciation for the hobby and the culture of premium cigars. And Justin, any last thoughts for the fine people out in the world?
Just do whatever you do best at life, the best you can for yourself, and that's all you got to do.
There you go. There you go. Thank you, brother. Raul, final thoughts?
It's been an honor and a privilege to work with you guys, and see you guys around.
Yeah. Again, thank you for every single person out there who's ever watched or listened. And we've learned along with you, and we're grateful for every second of it. So for the last time, until we see you down the road at a cigar shop or somewhere in the world, burn cigars.
Not bridges.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.